And what he went on to say is he said, what if I told you, now he's telling this story in the early 90s. He said, what if I told you that Mexico was going to be the technology leader in 2 generations of the world? And what he said was that Japan's human capital is old. Their average age is 37. Mexico's average age is 15. Mexico has a vast human capital that's undeveloped, and it has huge natural resources that are undeveloped. And businesses are going to go down there, and they're going to educate their workers and invest, and those workers will have children, and those educated workers will have a different importance on education, so those children will be educated in a different way, and then those children will grow up and work and continue to invest, and they will have children, and those children will be educated in a different way. So 2 generations from now, Mexico will have an educated human capital, they'll have developed natural resources, and they'll have something that no country other than Canada could ever have. Freight trains to the largest market in the world.
The consumer market in the world.
And if you remember Ross Perot, he said that giant sucking sound in 1992.
Yeah.
Where is Mexico today? You're afraid to go there because of corruption. And so when you think of Detroit, think of the missed opportunity of Mexico, the missed opportunity of Detroit. Think of Carpentersville. It didn't have anybody that would manage. Jack was probably the first one here to do any of that after John Carpenter left.
Incidentally, you want to stick a little bit with John Carpenter because he did develop a big business here. It was a little bit of a joke when Tom got this thing going with Homes by Otto, and finally the board of Carpentersville generated a plaque, and Tom stepped aside and let me receive the plaque at a quick ceremony in front of the local fathers of the thing. Anyway, we got this thing. It cost all of $7, whereas, you're wonderful, it had on there. You'd done this terrific thing. So I thanked the policemen and the firemen, who actually, especially the firemen, were a big help to me in the early days of doing this thing. They helped me abide by the laws of sprinklers and other things so that it was fire safe. But they actually helped me to make it look better, to cost less, to do the job. They cooperated, and the policemen. Boy, we had 1,000 broken windows in that big building, and the policemen helped keep the vandals out of this place as we worked to make it look better. So I thanked them, and then I thanked the board, for this presentation, and then I got a little nasty.
I told him to be nice.
But I couldn't stay nice. And so I said, it's occurred to me that you've given us this plaque for fixing up these buildings that are over 100 years old, and that they were built by people that put their own money into them, their own plans, and because of the quality of what they put into them, they're still here good enough to be resurrected today to be
functional and productive. Yeah.
Basically, they built them well and soundly. And I said, without the benefit of the Boca building code that has made so many problems for us. At that point, I shut up. But
you got it in.
You said enough.
You got it in.
Well, that is all regulation. And so how are you going to fix Detroit? That's the topical thing. And, in chemistry, they will say that water is the universal solvent. My father would say that money is the universal solvent. And they would say that and everybody is talking about bailout. When's the bailout coming for Illinois or California or Detroit or Stockton, California? But you cannot give a drunk more liquor.